we probably do less deals now with higher margin. Like I don't do anything if I can't make 20K.
I feel like it's a lot of the same, obviously more expertise and stuff, but it's a lot of the same skill set you learn.
If they say yes, AI is like, okay, how much do you want? Then tell me more about it. We always say, can we market it? Because like when we're wholesaling, we're marketing. When we're novating, we're marketing. They'll pull all the agents in that area and they'll blast them. Hey, we got this property. It's under contract. We'll sign it to your client.
All right, guys, you're listening to another episode of the Wholesaling Syndicate podcast. Very excited. We have a returned guest. You've seen him on the Boiler Room. You've seen him here. You've probably seen him online, crushing it. We got none other than Travis Wells joining us today. Travis, thank you so much for coming on, man. Of
Hell yeah. Thanks for having me, dude. Just like always.
course, man. Now excited to chop it up with you. I know it's been a while since we sat down, done an interview style one of these, so it'd be cool to. I know you get a lot more things moving and grooving since I think it's probably been over a year or more since we've done an interview style one. So I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
Awesome, man. So what's new with you and like how's your business changed? What's been going on? If people listened a year ago, they're here now. What's new with Travis in the last 12 months or so?
Cool, man. So we're still running our single family wholesaling operation. My VAs pretty much run it now. I guess an investor plug. I'm running mostly AI on my acquisitions now. I just have one rep. He's a VA rep, and when it gets to the end of the conversation, they're not booking a call. It
Hmm.
actually closes.
Really?
He trained it to close. And and I had it sending contracts, but I stopped because it was like sending stuff too high. So I
Hmm.
stopped that, and then the guy goes in and closes. So I put everybody else on dispo. So we got 4 dispo reps. We got like 20 deals. We're on the board right now, and like so they're handling that. I'm late because I was on a team call with them, seeing where I needed to step in and not. We have like 2 deals with title issues, so I'm gonna have to do that. And I'm running a mobile home and RV park acquisition channel, which is me. Um, there's no employee there. That's me making the calls and doing those because I'm working with a private fund and we're looking to buy a lot of mobile home and RV parks this year. And the way I structure those is I get 50%. I gotta negotiate the deal, find them, manage it, blah blah blah, and they fund it, right? So I'm just finding badass deals there. And then, yeah, that's what we got going on, man.
I love it, man. Yeah, so let's break that down a bit for people. It's kind of something I want to go deeper into too. So how does it work with, so you have your team's mostly VAs? Is it,
Yeah.
what does your team look like? What do they do?
All right, cool. So I've tried all different ways. I'm gonna say if whoever's listening this time, or maybe they're better at certain things than me, and they have success here and there, because we're all different. But as far as I'm concerned, I've had a full team of Americans at one time. I think I mentioned before, probably like 10. I didn't like it because we were making money, but I didn't make any money. And then I was like, okay, well, let me find a cheaper model. Went to VAs, had a bunch of VAs, acquisitions, but systems weren't there. I didn't like it. So I trained one really good one. And this is where I'm at now. I trained one really good one. He's been with me for a few years. All my VAs have been with me for a few years, and I'll go through what that looks like. And AI, we send out a mass text, right, through Investor Plug. We send out a mass text. Hey, do you still want to sell your property? Or we might tweak it because they'll kick that back. But
Hmm.
do you want to offload your property? Is one we'll use. Anyways, if they say yes, AI is like, okay, how much do you want? Tell me about it. Tell me more about it. Tell me more. Can we market it? We always say, can we market it? Because like when we're wholesaling, we're marketing. When we're novating, we're marketing. I'm a broker. We market it. We can't lose. So like my guy knows to sell a listing, to sell whatever it takes to get the deal done. Um, if it can be done on those leads, that's what we do. And then I have 4 dispo people. One's the dispo manager. She's a VA. She's been with me several years. She's very good. And then she has 3 people under her, and they're very good. And they're just slanging deals, right? So they're finding the buyers. So the way they're finding the buyers, and shut me up if I'm talking too much, but this is super important because I have a guy in hotels and I just taught him this and he just made a fat fee. Um, they're like, okay, team, who's the right buyer for this? All right, is it a cash buyer? Is it a landlord? Is it going to be a retail? Do we have it locked up a little too high, but it could move on the retail market? But we didn't really do all this stuff for novation. So what they'll do is they'll pull all the agents in that area, around that area, and they'll blast them. Hey, we got this property. It's under contract. We'll sign it to your your client if you have one. We'll pay your commission too. Tons of luck that way. We make higher fees.
Mm,
So, anyways, in a nutshell, that's acquisitions. Dispo looks that way. I have a assistant. He's been with me several years. He actually runs operations, make sure there's no dead time with VAs. He runs all the property management too. We have a few hundred properties to manage. Um, and yeah, that's what we got going on. That's how it looks. And oh, I have a bookkeeper. And she discusses stuff with Britt. Britt does the high level finance stuff for us. It's my girlfriend um, for RE Finance or whatever company is. And the bookkeeper also analyzes commercial deals for us, which I haven't had to do too much lately because like we'll literally put the T12's financial information to ChatGPT and be like, hey, break this down for me.
mm,
Right? It's badass. Um, and then I have a social media guy. That's why I'm all over everywhere. I think that's it. I think that's it as far as the VAs. Oh, and a GHL. I have a website and a GHL guy.
nice.
So he's building all of our stuff out.
That's huge. So, how did you find those people? Like, what's if someone's like, "Hey, I need like me, like I need to hire more people. I need
Yep.
help with a lot of things." Like, what would you recommend someone hires first? And like, how did you find those people that have been with you for years? And like, what's it been? Have you had to go through a lot of people? Like, what's that journey look like?
I'm glad you asked because a lot of people, this is the overwhelming point, and it's going to be overwhelming.
Hmm.
It is like it's overwhelming. It's like screw it, I'll just do it. But most people don't do this if they just hire a personal assistant first, a
Hmm.
VA personal assistant. Train the piss out of that personal assistant and like put everything. They can do anything you can. They're people just like you and I.
Hmm.
So what I'll do is I'll go into these Facebook groups that have thousands of VAs members. Just type in, go to Facebook, type in virtual assistant group, right? And the ones with the most, pick three groups with 10,000 members, whatever they have, and say I'm looking for a real estate personal assistant. Must be super organized, must be whatever you want. I like super organized, must be able to work day to day with me, whatever. Something short.
Hmm.
Send me. Here's the most important thing: is if you just send that, you're gonna get a ton of resumes. You're gonna be overwhelmed again. You're not gonna do
Right.
it. Say no resumes. Send me a 30-second video of why you're a good fit. I want them to follow instructions. They send me a long ass video. I'm not even doing it. Send me a
Mm.
30-second video of why you're a good fit. Go to 123test.com and take the free personality disc assessment. Send me a screenshot. Don't send me the whole thing. Send me a screenshot of your disc assessment. You'll have like three applicants that follow the
Mm.
instructions. And then you'll like one of them probably on the video. You're like, I think I can work with this person. Now you have a personal assistant.
I love it. So what do you like for me? I'm like, I just like almost seems like I don't know what I'd have them do all day. Like, what do you like? What's the first task that you have them do? Or like, how do you
Yeah.
decide what they can and can't do
So
first?
tomorrow morning, and whoever listens to this, I'm talking to you, whoever, is like you wake up tomorrow morning, you write down everything that you do. Everything. Even if it's like I drink water, I don't care what it is. Like everything, because if not, you're gonna miss some things. So like take a pen and paper with you, a pad, and write down everything you do. All right. Then circle the things you want to do that make you the most money. The rest of it, offload it.
Mm.
I don't care what it is, offload it. And then here's the period where most people screw up too is they're like, okay, do all this. Well, they don't know how to do all this, and they shouldn't. Right now, you're gonna have to spend a week saying, okay, we're gonna do Zooms, one a day. We're gonna go over this task, this task, this task. It's gonna be recorded. Do not ask me again because we're going to record it. So you better set the expectation up front. We're not going to do this again. So, like, every question you have, you need to ask.
Mm.
If not, it's done. You need to be able to do this task. So it's going to take you about a week to offload that whole list. And now, like, the next week, your life is like 10 times better.
Mm.
And you're probably going to come up with another list. But then it gets easy.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And then so you find one, they're doing everything, and then what does like when is it like is it more specialized tasks? Like when was it time to bring in like another VA or like someone else?
So my personal assistant, bro, manages Appfolio, which is our rental portfolio software, like manages all the rentals, communicates with the tenants, communicates with the handyman. He did two evictions last week for us virtually.
Wow.
Like, right, he's a VA personal assistant. So, like, specialty stuff like that, you just hop on another Zoom, train them. They want to learn. They're like you
Mm.
and I. If you pick the right person, like, they want to do well.
Mm.
So, like, if you invest the 30 minutes into them, make a training library. and be very clear with your expectations. Put it in the training library. It lives there,
Mm,
you know. And what you'll start seeing is they're going to start like they might start being a little argumentative with you on some stuff, which I like. They'll be like,
yeah.
"Hey, I don't think we should do this. I think we should do this." And a lot of people are like, "No," it's like, well, if you step back and like listen, that's a good employee
Right.
for one, and they will. They'll start telling you like giving you ideas. You're like, "Damn, I got the right one."
Hmm.
Like my guy's always like, "Bro, we ain't doing that now because we've been working together forever, and we get." But that's how you want it. So just keep a training library, spend the time. Okay, so now you got a personal assistant. Operations start evolving. The load's off you, right? And it's like, okay, well, I want this next person to do the same thing, or I want this next role, same thing. It's the same rinse and repeat.
Nice. No, that's huge. That's I think anyone listening, I mean, that's yeah, definitely. I'm gonna implement it. Recommend you guys do too. So how I know one thing you do that's a little bit unique, that not everyone does or talks about is you have them go pretty far in the conversation, like with text. It sounds like you're doing it with AI now too. How far in the sales process, if someone's talking to a seller, do they go with text?
We're gonna send you the contract.
Mm,
What's your email? We're going to send you the contract. That's how far we go. We even went as far as it's sending contracts, but it
mm,
would send them too high, which I'm still not. I don't know. I put it out because I didn't feel like reviewing all the contracts. Wasn't a horrible thing. You'd freak out with how willing they are to renegotiate if you're like, damn, we screwed up. I'm gonna
yeah,
send you another one for this price because it's all done.
right.
But we stopped it there, and now I just have my one acquisitions guy. His job is just to babysit AI.
Mm,
So when it gets to the end, they do the whole script, just like you and I. It's like, hey, is this John? Yeah, it's John. Are you looking to sell your property? Yeah, how much do you want? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Oh, why is this? Why is that? Okay. And we always say, this is how I think is unique with the chatbot that a lot of people don't do is we say, are you okay with if we market the property?
mm,
That opens up everything, right? You can be off on your pricing if they will take a discount and you could still probably make money
yeah.
if you were to just novate it. So if they say yes, my dude jumps on it. If they say, yeah, we're open to marketing, listing, novation, wholesale, whatever. And then he jumps in. So all the way to the end of the call.
I love that. That's huge. Do you find like have the numbers been better? Like if you look at the data, like, is that resulted in like more deals getting to the finish line? Like less, is there friction there? Like is there anything you noticed? Like were there any like pain points as you started to transition to that method?
I don't want to say more deals because we probably do less deals now with higher margin.
Mm,
Like I don't do anything if I can't make 20K anymore.
yeah.
I just don't like to. So I wouldn't say like, oh, I'm doing like 10 times the deals because of this. I would say I have the flexibility. I was looking for the right word there. The
Mm,
flexibility to pick and choose a little more. So
right.
when you have, I do pay a few $100s a day for Twilio,
Mm,
right? And that sounds like a lot, but it works out because you're going to pay for leads. You're going to pay for stuff anyways. We have, however many tens of thousands of leads in our pipeline, and y'all even send us a list, and other people have, and we're not taking any more now because I have too many. But AI is talking to them all day, every day. Could you imagine like the cold callers you'd have doing that all day, every day? It's just the AI doing it. When we get a hit, we get a hit, and then
mm,
we're like, hey, is this worth our time? Cool, we'll do it. If not, hey, refer you off, or maybe we can't do anything right now.
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. No, that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's where it's going for sure. I think more and more people are gonna start going that route. I mean, it's less manpower, less I mean less time intensity focused on the other things. So
Yeah.
that's huge. But I love it, man. I know I heard great things about hotels. I know a bunch of people in your group and a bunch of them are Restful clients now, so we talk with them a lot and hear them about good things. How's it been going with the group? Can you tell us more about that? People might not know about hotels yet.
Yeah. I've got wholesales. It's I call it wholesale, so it's kind of biased. Like people think they're only gonna learn wholesales. We do everything. Like we just had a multifamily training, but we do novations, creative, whatever. I'm a big fan of having tools. Like
Mm,
you get on the phone, I think you should have some tools to solve the problem so you can make money, right? And solve the problem. At the end of the day, we all want to make money. So we just teach about those tools in hotels. It's really like a round table, kind of what we're like if we were on it here right now, I'd be like, hey, Kai, how's business? Right?
mm,
Like you're doing. is everything good? Like, can we brainstorm? It's just a round table area. We meet twice a week. I wouldn't necessarily call it. I mean, it's coaching kind of, but it's really round table. And there's resources. I have people come in and speak to every now and then. Y'all been in there talking about investor plug. I hook them up with stuff that I think's working. I think y'all's CRM's great. I love GHL based CRM. I pushed all of them towards it. I'm like, y'all, like, why are you not using something you can't just send a mass text out to? Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Like, no sense. So, convert a lot of them. I'm opening up a high ticket program um, that's going to be 30 members, I'm hoping, and we're launching it in February. So I'm spamming emails and texts and stuff right now. We're getting a lot of good leads. So we're starting calls this week. But what that is a 4-month curriculum. I call it Novatels because somebody in my group was like, "Hey, we do all this stuff. You should call it Novatels." I was like, "Screw it. I don't know." And it's going to be like 20 G's a head, but we're going to do like 4 months of just like the first month's like brand building.
Mm.
Like, get out there, post. This is what you do. This is how you respond. Like all the stuff, like just getting organic leads, building the brand. And then we're doing like acquisitions, dispo. I have a mobile home park acquisition training in there, stuff like that. So I'm excited.
Man, that sounds badass. Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like when you first start, like it's like, oh wow, it's like such a big ticket, but you just get one deal, right? And like it pays for itself. And like getting in those rooms with other people who invest in themselves like that and are constantly growing, it just you can't really put a price tag on it. It's a game changer for sure.
Yeah. JV too. Like people
Hmm.
on wholesales, like, I fund their deals when we close them. Like if they're wholesales, well, in this, it's the same thing, but like we might be doing it with mobile home and RV parks.
Yeah.
Like one of them, like you just crushed.
Yeah.
It's kind of the thing.
No, I love it. So what are you doing for that? I know you mentioned that in the beginning. That's kind of where you put most of your time and energy when you're not working out 10 hours a day. Is like the mobile home deals. So what does that look like?
Yeah. So, and anybody that's listening, it's like wholesale is great. It pays the bills when you're a wholesaler, right? Like it's the mailbox money and you get the home runs, but like, the fees can be nominal, the fees can be good, bad, whatever. It's just a grind,
Mm.
right? It's a business, it's a grind. And, I have that running with my VAs. Yes, not by itself. Yes, I have to put my hand in there, my eyes. But, I wanted my time either needed to be devoted to, hey, if y'all need stuff closed, well, we have AI and I have a good closer. Okay. If title issues, okay, I need to do that. So if they have title issues, I can do that. Well, where's the rest of my time outside of, the groups and stuff? It's like, well, really, I need to be doing my specialty with RV parks and mobile home parks because that's the best use of my time. It's a sophisticated conversation I've experienced, and I have a private fund, not that I have, but I'm partnered with, that whenever I get these deals and they pencil, they fund them, and I fund them in my company, and then at closing we put in another entity and we both own 50%, but they put up all the money. So like I'm literally getting a contract inked right now as we speak. It's like 2.4 million bucks. Sweet RV park, zero of my money.
Mm.
Zero. All I did, I mean, it's expertise, right? But the steps that I did is like get the contract inked. I negotiated the deal. I got it inked at just a badass deal.
Yeah. No, that's huge. I mean, I feel like it's a lot of the same, obviously more expertise and stuff, but it's a lot of the same skill set you learn in wholesaling, just negotiating, talking to
Yeah.
people, starting to learn. And it just opens the door. I feel like that's why wholesaling is such like a great entry point for people is like you start to learn how to have these conversations. And then once you just increase your knowledge, you learn, something, different asset classes, different things. Like it just really opens up so many doors.
Well, here's the other thing. Like people talk about it, but not enough, or maybe they don't understand. It's like, okay, we make all this passive income. Say you do make all this passive income, you have a massive tax bill.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it goes. Like, so it's like, did I make this massive income? I paid, it's this juggling act. And it's like, how do I offset these taxes? Well, a lot of people go get rentals for depreciation. Yeah, that works. But like, hey, what if you just use, like you said, the same skill set and went and got a commercial asset, my skill set happens to be in parks. Maybe somebody else's has a better another interest, but and you use the depreciation off of millions,
Mm,
and you don't even pay taxes at that point. And then, like, I have one right now, I'm refinancing. I own this one myself, but I bought it very creatively years back, and I'm pulling almost $800,000 out of it, tax free.
wow.
You know? So like people don't think about this like, hey, maybe since real estate's cyclical, if they do go pick up something like this, maybe during this time, when they go refi something, it's time, they inject all that cash in their business too.
Yeah, for sure. No, I know it's I think something I need to learn more about. I know, I think everyone does. And I know, Britt's an expert at it. It's just the whole tax side and the accounting piece. Um, was she the one that helped you kind of figure that out, or is that stuff you learned along the way? Like, how does someone, I guess, start to learn that side of the business where, like, because taxes suck, nobody wants to pay them.
So one, I think I don't like speaking for everybody, but I think most people run into that,
Hmm.
multiple times, I'm sure, right? Like at every level. And honestly, the higher operators that I partner with usually teach me. And
Yeah.
not by sitting me down. It's like when I'm structuring the deal, they'll be like, hey, we got to do it this way because we need the depreciation for our investors. I'm like,
Mm.
well, how does that work? And just to break it down simply, it's like we're buying a park right now. It didn't pencil. We're closing next month on one and it didn't really pencil. Like I was fighting this thing, but it's 140 spots. There's a big upside, like millions upside. And like me, I have to buy something right now, if only if it pencils.
Mm.
And anyways, they're like, dude, if we buy this, our investors will get like $500,000 in depreciation. And what that means is like, and after every unit we buy, we can fully depreciate. So, just in a nutshell, this investor makes a lot of money, or this group, these people make a lot of money, and they're gonna have to pay it in taxes. Why not get it offset into an asset, right? Like
Mm.
okay, we can pay $500,000 more because now they're not going to have to pay those taxes. And you said that you could get this amount of people in here. It's going to be worth $1 million more, anyways. Kind of, they just start looking at it different, and I
Yeah.
never realized that's how these funds think.
Mm.
They're all thinking about tax strategy, depreciation. They can buy. You're like, how the hell are they making this pencil? They're getting it.
Yeah. No, I feel like they're just levels for sure. And I feel like just the more advanced guys you see, they look at it differently, and there's just so many different avenues and aspects and
For
ways to
sure.
make money or save money. I mean, yeah, it's saving money's making money. So,
I just learned, I mean, I'll tell you what, I just learned one today, right? And
hmm,
it's because I'm in the middle of it,
yeah.
and I'm always shooting straight at whoever I talk to. It's like I was trying to structure a deal on a lease option because that's pretty typical in the commercial world, in the mobile home
Hmm.
park world for sure, RV park, because banks don't want to give you the money right out the gate till you own some or until you run something yourself for a while, have
Hmm.
your own financials. So you'll lease this property with the option to buy it. These people wanted $1 million down payment, all right, to do it, but it's a banger. And I was like,
Yeah.
let's go. We'll lease it because I've done lease options. They wanted 12,000 a month, 6,000 goes to principal, want $1 million down. Well, like the fund was like, bro, we can't depreciate the $1 million. What do you think?
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, well, I didn't even think about that. You know what I mean? So they're like, we got to buy it. So now instead of putting the million, they're like, we'll just buy it for 2.4. But like my brain wasn't thinking that way. I was like, it's an extra 1.4 million, but they don't give a crap,
Yeah.
right? It's a better deal. They get $1 million depreciation.
Mm. Yeah. That's
So,
crazy. Yeah. I feel like one of the things too, like you mentioned that you said, like, you asked, I feel like a lot of people are just like afraid to say they don't know, or they just want to, especially if you're in the room, you're working with people like that. You don't want to act like people are afraid to share they don't know. I think that's like such a valuable thing to share. It's like, hey, if I don't know, I ask, right? And that's the only way you
yeah.
learn.
Bro, I was pitching a deal this weekend, and Britt was kind of laughing because I was telling her, and like they were asked, like there was these investors. I was pitching them for like a few $1 million, and they were asking me all these questions. I didn't know some of the answers, and I was like, I don't know, but give me a second. And I shared my screen. I uploaded all the financials in the chat GPT in front of them.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, tell me and it spit out everything they were asking. And they were like, okay. Like it wasn't a big deal. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
know. And I threw it in there. I was like, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people sleep on like how much you can use ChatGPT for and just different AI tools. Like it's wild. Like like talk to like I have like certain custom projects we do with like coders. We have to talk with like other CRM companies. They all try to use like these like crazy big words and like stuff too, just like how smart I am. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like, I know how to do the thing, but I'm like, how do I do it? It's like, I'll just have, use chat or I'll use like Grok or Claude and just like organize my thoughts and say it. I'm like, what are they really saying here? And they'll
Yeah,
like dummy it down for me. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, here you go. Here's the answer, right? And it's like you can save so much time just like doing it. I think just getting in the habit of starting to use these AI tools just like in your daily things. Like you're talking about with the VAs, like showing them what you do and do it. Like you do the same thing with AI. Like it's pretty powerful stuff.
bro. Yeah, like I put my blood work in AI now, and
Mm,
I'm like, hey, tell me what I need to optimize.
yeah,
You know,
that's wild. Actually, I never know what any of that shit means. I'm like, hey, here's all these fucking numbers and shit. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
like,
I just upload it. I'm like, tell me what I need to take.
yeah, nah, it's wild. Yeah, it just keeps getting crazier and crazier too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, what are some of the other ways that you're using AI for? I've noticed you've been posting more about it and stuff. Are there any other cool ways you've been using it or things that like surprise you that you're able to do with it?
You know what's funny is like 6 months ago, I wasn't using AI.
Yeah.
Besides in my business
Hmm.
for that, but I wasn't using like I never pulled it up on my phone, and now everything I do, I use it for. So I want to say everything.
Yeah.
And here's what it's helped me do. I feel like, my personality has always been the doer, right? You're like, hey, Travis, we need this done. There's not even a thought, not how, not what. I'm just like do it, right? And that can be reckless.
Mm.
It's cool at some point, but it can be reckless. And I feel like AI's helped me be more intentional, right? So now I'm like, hey, when I get asked to do this, because like maybe we don't have a second set of eyes where
Yeah.
we're at right now. It's like what what would be a good outcome for this, right? And then it's like, oh, maybe now I have to think about this a little more. And not that I'm going to take AI's word as gospel, but it's just a second. A lot of good companies, the founders that I've met, they'll have like they'll have the doer, right? The just
Mm.
run through the wall, and they'll have the old ass like conservative person sitting there telling them no. And I guess I kind of like to use AI for the conservative, person because I don't have that,
Yeah.
my business.
No, that's huge. No, I think that's one thing I do a lot of the outings it too is like tell it to be critical because a lot of times people start like, oh, just whatever idea, like you like read articles people get and like, ruin their whole lives. Like it just kept telling everything was a good idea, but if you just tell it to be critical and you're not afraid to take criticism, like it's huge, right? Like it'll help identify things you might not have thought of or just like different weak areas or just different things because yeah, it's crazy. I think one
Yeah,
of the craziest things too is like the more you use it and you start to use it for everything, and I'm sure you've seen it now, you've been using it like in all areas, is like it remembers everything too. So it'll go back and be like, oh, based on, tries
yeah,
your the bodybuilder, you're vegan, like, this is like what you should do instead. Like, and it's yeah, it's weird. Just it's crazy times for sure.
yeah. My assistant reviews all of our contracts, and the commercial contract we were going over that was 65 pages because they wanted to use their own. And I
Mm,
was like, bro, submit this and then sign on to my AI because I have the one where you pay like $200 a month or whatever. And
yeah.
I was like, put it in there and keep putting it in there and changing it until it says everything's good and then send it to me.
Mm,
Bro, we saved a day. Because it
wow.
would tell him, it would tell my VA, keep changing, change this, change. He submitted the LOI, the
Mm,
letter of intent, and then he said, make sure this matches the LOI. It's 65 pages. And then
yeah.
just, he went through the thing and then sent me the final. And I still had revisions,
Hmm.
but it wasn't like what it would have been.
Yeah. No, it's wild. Yeah, it just saves so much time. But there, I don't know, like it's like down or anything, or I don't have it. I'm like, I just like, I don't know. I don't want to like do shit by hand anymore. It's like I don't know how I operated a couple years ago without this shit 'cause it's nuts. But I love it, man. But man, I appreciate you coming on. I mean, I've got a bunch of great takeaways. I'm sure everybody else did too. We're definitely I'm gonna implement some of this stuff. We're gonna start hiring some BAs, start the new year off. But man, I'm excited. I'm excited for next year. I'm excited to hear about your group, man. With the fact that you come back on again soon. Where's the best place if people haven't connected with you yet? They want to follow you and all the cool shit you do online. Like, where's the best place for them to do that?
Facebook's where I'm most active. Everything on Facebook gets shared to all the other platforms. So, Travis Wells, I don't know what my actual handle is, Facebook. They can DM me. I check my DMs on Facebook. So yeah, that's pretty much the best place. I do have a personal site too. It's travis-wells.com, and it's got everything we're doing, calendar, podcast, programs, whatever on there. They can go there too.
Love it. Yeah, definitely make sure if you're not already, make sure you go give him a follow. He posts great stuff all the time, lots of value. And man, I appreciate you coming on, dude. We'll have to do this again soon.
Hell yeah, dude. Appreciate you.